That's what I can see, though, Roots. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, I can see everything organised and ready to go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, we're starting a couple of minutes late. Sometimes these little things happen where not all of us are technical experts. We have got a technical expert here with us. So we just had a couple of minor glitches. All right, so hopefully all of you can see me and hear me, and much more importantly, are ready to bid. Welcome to the auction sale here at 77 and 77A Kinross Street. It is a rare thing for us to be able to offer, and you can see them behind me on the screen, 2 properties like this. So a really, really unique opportunity in Kinross Street. So one of the best locations that we can offer you on that Blockhouse Bay, sort of Green Bay border area. I'm going to go through the conditions of sale for you. We'll talk about the property just a little bit and then get into the auction itself. First of all, just a special welcome to our vendors, Arnold and Lynette. Good afternoon. We wish you all the best. Craig's standing here right beside me, nervous as I'm sure you guys are as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the housekeeping stuff first. One contract for both properties. So just bear with me as I go through that. 77 and 77A Kinross Street, legally described as an estate in freehold. It is 707 and 345 square metres. That's over 1,000 square metres combined. Lot 1 and 2 on deposit of land 52716. All this information contained in both of the certificates of title. The chattels that stay with the property are noted in the contract. If you're interested in the property, you'll know what the chattels are. Folks, the conditions of sale have been on display throughout the period of the marketing. And again, this afternoon before the auction, contained within the conditions of sale, the terms of your bidding, they simply state the property shall be offered for sale by public auction and subject to the vendor's reserve price. The highest bidder whose bid I accept will be the purchaser. The amount of the highest bid, the purchase price. If a dispute arises regarding any bid, I'll simply re-offer the property back to you at the last undisputed bid. Vendor reserves the right for me to bid on their behalf. If I vendor bid, it's at a level below the reserve, just done to keep the auction flowing, and the vendor reserves the right to refuse any bid or to withdraw the property from sale at any time before it's sold without disclosing the reserve price. There's a 10% deposit required on the fall of the hammer. Settlement on offer. So it is 2022, the settlement. So from the end of January, 19th of January, out until the 12th of February. So a nice little sort of 3-week window for you to pick the settlement date, end of January, out to the first couple of weeks in February. Folks, it's my great pleasure to introduce to my very, very long time colleague and my boss and the listing agent and the leader of the famous Smiths, Mr. Craig Smith. Good afternoon, Craig.
Well, thank you, Craig, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So great property, 77 Kinross Street. I always say if you've got a home where the owners have lived in for over 50 years, that's a great sign. Now, obviously, on this particular situation, they subdivided the property back in the 1990s and built the house at the back. That house at the back has been maintained as a rental property since that day and has been rented virtually at will for that entire period of time, because Kinross Street is such a popular location. It's central, it's walking distance to the Blockhouse Bay Village, it's in the great school zones, it's got so much going for it. And here we've got a very rare opportunity, because we've had situations in the past where we've had two properties that are cross-leased, that are owned side by side, or sometimes two properties on the same title. But here you've got individual title, which gives you a whole lot of extra options that you don't normally have in a situation like this. So the properties being sold together. Obviously, it's a very strong development project for somebody, and the owners are basically have found a property and they're keen to settle on that in early January. I want to say hello to my owners, by the way. So they're watching Everly at the moment, and so great to see you both, Lynette and Arnold, and also say hello to the children from I believe the Oratia kindergarten are watching today as well. So hi kids, just a little bit of a hello to you. So we're going to get underway. This property is a one-off opportunity. We sold a property further up the road from it not long ago, which was a lot harder to develop than this one. This is a sweet opportunity for those that are interested. So please, our biggest problem at the moment is lack of stock. So we've got nothing more coming up that I can sort of compare with or offer you as an option if you miss out on this. So this is your opportunity right here, right now. Craig, I'll pass it back to you. Thank you so much for your attendance and hopefully for your bidding.
Thanks, Craig. Folks, before we get underway, just confirm today's auction held in accordance with the Real Estate Institute Code of Practice for Auction. If you're bidding at auction, you must disclose to us your citizenship or residency status. And of course, if you're the lucky winner today, supply to your solicitor your IRD number and a New Zealand bank account number. All right, we're ready to go. Craig said it, unique, fantastic location, Blockhouse Bay address, a development site, or two incomes, or live in one and put the kids in the other if you love your kids. Lots and lots and lots of options. Ladies and gentlemen, 77 and 77A Kinross Street is now for sale. I throw it over to you. Someone call me an opening bid. Don't mind when we start, but let's get going. I would suggest $2 million even. Makes it really easy. If you haven't bid at a virtual auction before, don't try and yell at your computer. Just type it into the chat box. It's at the top left or bottom right of your screen. $1,900,000 or away at 1.9. Look for your $2 million still. Round us up to 2. At $1,900,000. Need the 2 million to keep going. At $1,900,000, you're done. I'm going to round it on behalf of the vendor to 2 million. Let's keep going. Look for your 2.1. At $2 million even. Make it $100,000. Make it 2.1 at 2 million even. $2 million the bidder, you're done. At $2 million. First call in at 2 million, fair warning. Second call at $2 million even. 2 million and 50. Take the 50, no problem. Still look for your 2.1 at $2,050,000. $2,050,000 a bid, ladies and gentlemen. Make it 2.1 at $2,050,000. Are you done? At $2,050,000. First call in at $2,050,000. Rebel, can you put the bid in, please? 2.05 it is. Yeah. At $2.05 million. Still look for the 2.1 at 2.05. I'm going to do one last vendor bid at 2.1. At $2.1 million, it's a vendor bid, folks. Needs to be 50 again at $2,100,000. Fair warning, if you do not bid, I will pass the property in. We can start talking to conditional buyers. With properties like this, we frequently have buyers who need to do a little bit more due diligence. And as soon as it's passed in, you as a bidder lose all your power. We can talk to conditional buyers as well. We're happy to sell it off to somebody else. At $2,050,000 at 2.1, vendor bid with me at 2.1. Rubes 2.1. Yep, sure. 2 million one needs to be 150 at $2,100,000. Fair warning, first call in at 2.1 mil. Call it out, sorry. 50. And 50. 2,150,000. Now that's better. Business end of the auction at 2.15. $2,150,000 needs to be 50 again. Round us up to 2.2 at $2,150,000. First call in at 2.15. Second call at $2,150,000. Are you done? Third call, last chance, ladies and gentlemen, at $2,150,000, 77 at 77A Kinross Street.
10,000. Yeah.
10,000. Gee whiz, lucky we haven't got any more auctions today. Take the 10,000. Of course, it's all money for our vendors at 2.16. Oh, sorry. Yes, we just need your name.
Prakash.
Prakash, thanks, Prakash. $2,160,000 with Prakash at 2.16. 2,106. Someone still round us up to 2.2. That would be a good bid. That would be a nice, powerful way to stamp your mark on proceedings. 2,160,000. At 2.16, Prakash, it might be a lucky day. First call, $2,160,000. And 75. 2,175. Prakash, go to 2.2 at $2,175,000. 2,175 against you, Prakash. First call in at 2,175,000. Second call, 2,175. Running out of time, Prakash. Round us up to 2.2 at 2,175.
80.
Gee whiz, mate. Tell you what, when you do those low bids, it doesn't scare the other buyer. Makes it too easy for them to come back in. But of course, I will take it at $2,180,000. Still looking for the 2.2. We all know we're going to get there. Someone be brave and bid it at $2,180,000. 2,180. First call at 2,180 at $180,000 plus $2 million. Second call. Craig's just on the phone to his bidder. 2,180,000 with you, Prakash. Be clear. Third call at $2,180,000. 90, just in time. You get to do the 2.2, Prakash. 2,190,000 we have. Is that Vindeep? I can't see it very well. Vindeep. 2,190,000 with you, Vindeep. Prakash, your turn. Make it 2.2. 2,190,000. First call in at 2,190,000. $190,000 plus 2 million. Second call at 2,190,000. Third call in.
2191.
I'm not taking a 1. I'll take a 5, Prakash. Let's negotiate. At $2,190,000. Won't take the 1. Take a 5 though. 2,200,000. We already have 2,200,000, Prakash. Sorry, mate. At $2,200,000, that's Vindeep on himself. At 2,200,000.
Yeah.
2,200,000 bids with you. But the reason he's done that, Prakash, is because he heard you do the 1,000 at 2,200,000. At 2,200,000 even. At 2,200,000 even, are you done? First call, $2,200,000. Business end of the auction now. Give me the 5, Prakash. Second call at $2,200,000 at $2,200,000. Third call, last chance at $2,200,000 even at $2.2 million, ladies and gentlemen. 77 and 77A Kinross Street.
Will you take the 1,000 now?
Okay, but you know what's going to happen? The other buyer's straight back, right? At 5 or 10,000. But yes, I'll take you 1,000. 2,201. 201,000. Be clear. Drop the 2 million off. Makes it easier to do the maths at $201,000 plus the 2 million. First call. You've got the highest bid for cash with your $1,000 bid at $2,201,000. Second call at 201. 211. Got it. I can hear you, Craig. At 211. 2,211,000. So predictable. 210. Okay. At 2,210,000. $2,210,000 against you, Prakash. What are you going to do? Take the 1 again. Make it 11 at 2,210,000. First call in at 210,000 plus 2 million. Second call, $2,210,000 at $2,210,000. Third call and last call at 2,210,000 at 2,210,000, ladies and gentlemen.
25.
25.
Yep.
25. 2,225,000. $2,225,000. Bids with you, Prakash, at $2,225,000. At $2,220,000, excuse me, $5,000. First call. $2,230,000. Back with you, Vindeep, at $2,230,000. Try the $15,000 bid again, Prakash. It was a great strategy. Make it 245 at $2,230,000. First call in at $2,230,000. At $2.23 million. Second call in at $230,000 plus $2 million at $2,230,000. Third call, last call at $2.23 million. Prakash, I know you're going to come in at the last minute. That's what you do, right? At $2,230,000, called it 3 times. Ladies and gentlemen, at $2,230,000. I'm going to pause the auction. We're below the vendor's instructions.
I think it's coming. I could hear Avi on the phone. No, keep going.
I'm going to pause. Vindeep, you hold the highest bid at $2,230,000. I know that you're speaking to Craig on the phone. Prakash, we're going to come and have a chat to you as well. And of course, we'll be talking to our vendors. Folks, we've paused the auction. Vindeep holds the highest bid at $2,230,000. Folks, won't keep you too long.
You on you?
Yep, we on there.
Appreciate your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Big decisions, obviously, these selling decisions, especially with these kinds of properties where there are so many options. So, first of all, let me be very clear. At $2,230,000, we will not be selling the property. Both of our bidders have gone off to do perhaps a little bit more homework or perhaps to talk to their banks. However, this is something that is new to some of you. In discussions with our vendors just now, we have decided that they will now be open to selling the properties individually as well. So if you're not interested in them for double rental, if you're not interested in them as a development site, which is obviously its prime value, then the vendor will sell them off as individual properties as well. So that's something new for you. So at $2,230,000, for both properties, I formally pass in 77 and 77A Kinross Street. If you've got interest in the properties, that is conditional. If you've got interest in the properties, that is perhaps only to buy one of them, you need to get on the blower to Craig and let him know of your interest. These kinds of properties, folks, in this market do not last long. So the fact that we haven't sold it at auction today means nothing. It could be well sold by 4 o'clock this afternoon. So make sure that Craig knows of your interest in the property. To Arnold and Lynette, hang in there, guys. We will keep doing the business for you. The properties will be sold. They are primo real estate.
Craig, are you able to disclose the price for the 77A alone?
So that will be discussed with the vendors this afternoon. So I'm not 100% sure of the actual individual prices at the moment, but a great question. And we'll just send Craig a text or give him a call and we'll absolutely let you know those.
Both the properties will be going to auction, Craig. So we'd expect both the properties will be going to auction.
Oh, okay. So there you go. So we will be remarketing the properties as individual auctions.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So guys, here's Craig. He's been talking to the vendor just to give you that last update.
Yes, thank you very much for that. And here's the beauty, because this property has got options and flexibility, we've decided that obviously the property is still going to be available if someone wants to make it, but it has to be better than where we are at the moment to buy it together. However, if you wanted to buy an individual property, the front property, look, we'd see that selling certainly in excess of 1.1, and the back property, so probably in that 1 million or thereabouts region, which will make very, very cheap buying in the Blockers Bay area. So yeah, for those buyers that are out there, above 1.1 for the front and above a million or better for the back one.
Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that's it for today. We've got other auctions coming up on later on in the week, so we look forward to you tuning back in.